Today is the day that I'm actually gonna pop the question to Ash. She doesn't know yet, but of course she doesn't, but here it is. We're ready to roll, people. Ready to roll. Hey, baby. Tell the crowd where we're going.
We're to my mom's house. She's throwing a party.
What is it? A post-Valentine's Day party?
Yeah. After Valentine's Day party.
There you got a main man right there on his phone.
What the fuck are you doing?
Recording.
Oh.
Jeez,
so
man.
lost.
Yeah, he didn't even know what's going on. Sir?
Pero ¿dónde está la olla que tiene?
Is that going on?
We should do it more often.
Definitely more often.
What?
With,
No, I was kidding.
with that being said, actually, I'm the one that set all this up with your mom, babe. To let you know that I love you with all my heart. Sorry. You mean everything to me. And, I want to make this a forever thing. You've been my best friend. You've been my rock, my everything. And with that, will you marry me?
Of course. Running makeup.
Yes, running makeup. Let's get the running makeup. Yeah.
Now I'm happy I didn't wear any. Yeah, you buy, no receipts, no nothing.
No return. No return.
No exchanges. No exchanges.
Recently single, on the market.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get sad.
CJ, I see some.
Some classic R&B music here.
Hey, dolls.
She made me do it.
So, as you can see, we are engaged. We didn't sound too intense.
All right.
Engaged.
Engaged. I don't have one, but she does.
But yes, we got engaged
Saturday, last Saturday.
2 weeks ago.
Was that Saturday?
Oh no, last Saturday.
Last Saturday, yeah.
God. So I know a lot of people were probably thinking, finally.
It was due though. We were due to, get engaged, but
we did it on our time.
in due
and
time.
We wanted to get our house first.
that
We wanted
first.
to travel first. We traveled first. We
Got the house first.
got
Got
our
the house
careers set, and after we got our house, when I posted the house that we had gotten a house, a lot of you already knew, like, so does that mean you guys are going to get married now? Because a lot of you knew that was...
You guys knew the plan.
Yeah, you guys knew the plan.
And thank you for knowing the plan, by the way.
This is my ring. I'll have to do like because
Can't
the
really see it.
videos, yeah,
It's too bright.
the light's too bright, so...
It's too icy. All right, so the way I proposed to her is her mom always has parties for a lot of holidays. Christmas.
Every holiday.
Every holiday.
Holiday, that's not even a holiday.
But she always has Valentine's Day party, so oh man, it was so hard to keep things away from her, try to sneak around her. She's
everything.
she's everywhere. So it's for me to try to do something. It's I'm gonna go have beers with one of my friends. Is that okay? Oh yeah, it's cool, no problem. But it was actually with her mom. I had to meet up with her mom for dinner to, ask for her hand in marriage and ask her if it was okay for me to marry her. So we were trying to figure everything out.
And my mom was like, no, not right now. You guys aren't ready.
No, she was not. Shut up. She's like, yes, of course. Yeah. But at first I wanted to do in a restaurant, not a restaurant, but a rooftop area, everything lit up at night. But then, I wanted everybody to be there because she had mentioned to me too, a long time ago, years ago, that if we ever did get engaged, that for the proposal, she would want her family there.
I always want, I've always said how family oriented I am. I'm so close to my family. So for me, it would have meant the world if they would
Gone through that experience.
gone through that experience with me. Like, that was the number one thing that I wanted, was my family to be there.
Yeah, so then I contacted a few restaurants, and some would work with me with what I wanted, some couldn't, and for me it was like, okay, is there stairs, or is there elevators, or is it easily accessible for wheelchairs for our grandparents, So it was hard. So then I looked into, maybe renting like a little hall or something, doing it there. But it clicked to me to ask her mom to borrow her backyard. I said, hey, can I borrow your backyard so that way we can get everybody there. And she was like, oh my God, yes, it's easier. I'll tell everybody it's a Valentine's Day party. And then I was like, that's perfect. Because she always has a party. Nobody's going to suspect anything. Nobody's going to know anything. And then her grandparents can be there. My grandparents can be there. My parents can be there. So for everybody to be there, it was just fucking beautiful. It was amazing. Like, that day went so smooth. Like, nothing happened that day. That day was just perfect from the minute I woke up to see her lovely face to the very end of the day when I fell asleep to her lovely face. Like, everything was just perfect.
Yeah.
It was good.
And then,
it was really good.
My mom was saying she was kind of freaking out because that week too, my grandpa had
Yes.
been admitted into the hospital because of some health issues that he was having. So on top of what he was planning, that had happened. So it was just going to be so hard, especially now. My grandpa can't walk as well anymore, so he has to be in a wheelchair. To get around, we need to push him in a wheelchair.
It's easier.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that it went the way it did, and it was in my mom's backyard, because then everybody just got to relax and hang out, and my grandparents were able to feel comfortable. Because I know if it was if we were in a restaurant or something like that, it would have been a lot more difficult for them, especially to get around, to use the restroom, to get around people. They would have just felt uncomfortable after a while. So the fact that they were able to be at my mom's house, comfortable, not having to worry about anything, everyone catering to them and just watching them, it was so perfect. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, definitely. And just, every time I see my grandparents and her grandparents together, like, they have this connection as friends, like, that is just, it's amazing. Like, I see it and it's like, man, they're having a good time. They have each other to talk to and, share stories with, kind of like, me and her connect, like they connect, and they always have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was good.
This was perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for saying yes. I never knew she was going to say yes.
What? No, he's always like, what if you say no when I propose to you? Like, you always had this thing that I was going to say no. I'm like,
You never know. You never know. What if she was, I'm not ready. She wasn't ready.
It wasn't like a super surprise. The day he proposed was a surprise because I thought it was something else. But we had already gone ring shopping and I got size and everything.
And the only reason why is because she has extremely small fingers that I was so scared I either get it too big or too small, and then
they had to custom make it anyways because my finger, it wasn't a size that they just had available, so they had to custom make it to my size. So either way, yeah.
Shout out to Telco's Jewelry because they hooked it up.
Yeah, I think Courtney, thank you.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
She was really
Definitely
sweet.
really good.
But even if he tried to get one of my rings here, the stores, the smallest they sell is a 5, and those rings are always big on me.
They
so
suck.
Yeah, it would have been kind of hard to. So I didn't think I would cry when he proposed, but I did. I know. Well, for 10 years we've been talking about maybe not the full 10 years because we've been together 10 years, but maybe like a year after we were together, we had always planned to get married, in the future. But the thing that I love about him is that we were able to communicate our goals from the very beginning. From this point on, if you just wanted to see the proposal and everything, feel free to click off, because we're gonna go off into a little pep talk and talk about why we waited so long and just things that we experienced along the way. So if you're a couple that just wants to find out why we chose to do things our way and you know, if you're feeling pressure from other people to do things their way, this is for you.
Watch it.
And for other people who are just genuinely curious. But I don't want to, if it doesn't apply to you, then don't
skip.
even, yeah, you could just skip. Or you could click out. But I just, well, we felt like it was important to get our message out, just because we know that there's a lot of people that are like us. Yeah. But I mean, we don't have your typical relationship story where you meet, stuff, get married after 2 years, have kids, and do all that. Like, we did things a completely different way. So, and I know a few of my followers have commented that they've been together with their significant others for like 10 years, 18 years, 7 years, and they still they're not married, and they're not, you know, they're not really focused on marriage. So this is for you. Like,
this is for you.
Like, we were always open about what we wanted to do. And I wanted, when we were younger, I mean, when we got together, we were super young. And I couldn't have imagined getting...
She's a cradle robber.
Not even! He's only 9 months younger than me. But, I mean, everybody has a preference. And I personally feel like my early 20s was just too young to get married. Yeah. I felt still like a kid. I wasn't mature mentally. And I wanted to travel more. And he agreed traveling. He agreed with traveling too. Yeah. So we went to like Tahiti, Turks and Caicos, Miami, different parts of Mexico. So and every year we take 2 trips. So when we knew we wanted to get married, we said, well, we'll put money side by side, little by little, but we kind of just splurged. We were just living our life.
We went crazy.
Yeah, and I love the way we did everything. Yeah. And the thing that's kind of annoying is that people were always trying to tell us, well, when are you guys getting married? Are you guys going to get married? You guys should have gotten married already. But it's like, why?
What's the
like,
rush?
The way you live your life is definitely not the way I want to live my life. Not because the way you're living your life is bad, but it's just not my preference. Like,
it's not our style.
Yeah, it's not our style. And a lot of those people, like, they still don't have their own house. They live a completely different life than we do. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I wanted a house first. Exactly. And I don't think, what's the...
Where were you going with this?
Well, I mean, we've been together longer than a lot of married couples. So clearly, in our situation, marriage wasn't... Not that it doesn't signify anything, because it does.
It really does.
But marriage wasn't going to keep us together, and marriage wasn't going to break us apart. Exactly. We were going to stay together, whether we were married or not. And and the thing that I'm so grateful for is that, you know, like, all the ups and downs we went through, but what was it now? Almost 3 years. Oh, fuck, almost 3 years ago when we broke up. Jeez. Damn, time flies.
It's a long ass time. Shit.
But when we broke up 3 years ago, like, we weren't like committed maritally to each other, you know. And normally people tend to stay together because they don't want to be divorced, or you know, they're just like, oh,
they had kids.
I don't
just do it for the kids. And
we didn't have that sort of obligation, so we could have just each went our own way,
branched out,
and we would have been fine. We didn't have to worry about a divorce, going through court, or anything. But we ended up coming back together, and we chose to stay together, and it's fabulous. So clearly, marriage, it's like...
To me, it's like the cherry on top for like everything.
Yeah.
It's like she's saying, you know, we fix our careers. We got our careers going. I mean, we've always had steady careers, but we actually had a career going now, even better than what it was before. And we have a house now, and then we're engaged. It's just like cherry on top of everything.
Yeah.
It's like, in addition to everything she was just saying, it's like, I'm over here like, I don't propose to her. I need to write anything down. I got this. Like, I already, who knows her better than me, you know?
Yeah, and here we've been together 10 years, like...
And I was all pumped up. I was ready to go. And the day of, I'm like, oh shit, I need a drink. And then I grabbed a margarita and started drinking it. And I was like, oh no, I'm cool. But then when it happened, I was like, my voice started cracking. And like I said, like she said, you know, she didn't think she was going to cry. I didn't think, I mean, I knew I was going to get emotional for what it was, the situation.
Yeah.
But when I started talking, I was like,
like all the emotions that came out were that of we finally reached our goals.
yeah,
And we've always been, from the beginning, like we've told you guys, we've always been so goal oriented.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because, a lot of things happen where things don't go as planned. And it seemed like our goals, they weren't going as planned. But in the end, everything just went boom, boom, boom. Like
yeah.
exactly how we had imagined. And after that, it was just like this huge accomplishment.
Good,
yeah, like it was the most incredible feeling. And I think that's, one of the, like, we did this together.
Yeah,
we built this whole life together in 10 years. And I've changed so much.
Yeah, we both have. We both definitely have grown a lot.
Yeah, and the reason I'm saying all this is because I had a lot of people message me and comment that, they hope to find a relationship where they don't have to rush into marriage right away. They can find someone that they can actually plan their goals with instead of getting married right away. So I thought that we'd share this because...
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. But in adding to that, it's like, people always ask, how do you guys keep your relationship the way it is, like strong or whatnot? Or how are you guys still the same after so long? Well, it's because of that. We talk, we communicate. We sat down and maybe not literally sat down, we were probably doing something, but we laid our thoughts out to each other and we said it to each other without being scared of one another, and that's one big thing. Like when I proposed to her, I was like, oh shit, I felt like it was the first day I met her. I was so nervous and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm just gonna cry just looking at your eyes because it felt like it was the first day I met her. Like it still felt the same way. I was like, shit, fucking feelings are strong. You know what I mean? No, you can be as tough as you want, but if you felt what I felt that moment, you would fucking break down like a baby. So I think I held it pretty well.
So, getting back to what I was saying about. Like people wanting us to get married years ago.
Or getting married before we bought a house.
Yeah. We don't have the typical plan. I wasn't raised that way. My mom was a single mom and she was actually with her now husband 10 years before they actually got married and bought a house. So we were kind of on the same boat with them.
Same.
And I cannot remember one single conversation my mom had with me where she said, you need to find a nice guy and you need to get married. Like, never once. She always tried to raise us to just focus on ourselves, focus on our goals, be independent. And not saying if you're with a guy that you're not independent, but she didn't put it in my head that the goal in life is to get married.
And have babies.
Yeah, and have babies. So I just grew up with a different mentality automatically. And I'm a lot like my mom. Like, our attitudes, just the way we are, were similar. So, of course, I grew up to be just like her. Yeah. And I'm so happy with the way it turned out because now we were able to save for a house. He was able to save for a ring. We were able to save for a wedding, and we were able to save for remodels on our house. So we are going into this marriage with no debt aside from a mortgage. I mean, how amazing is that? Like, we don't have to stress out about anything, and I love it. Like, this ring signified we just accomplished every single goal we had. So.
And now you're mine forever. You're screwed.
That's fine. But I'm, that's why I was so emotional about it too. Obviously, because we always knew that we were going to be together forever. Right. So it wasn't like, oh, yay, I'm yours forever. You're stuck with me. He was always stuck with me. I was always stuck with him. So it wasn't that kind of emotional. Yeah. The ring signifies we've achieved everything. This is the final step. Yeah. We're not that we're done, but we're done with our big goals because we don't plan to have kids. So that's why we wanted to just sit down and talk to you guys and just let you know that whatever way you choose to do it is the right way. So don't let anyone try to press you. And people are seriously,
especially nowadays, Especially now.
I mean, it's gonna get annoying. People are always gonna ask, when are you guys gonna get married? And the most annoying thing I think that people would comment was, when is Jay gonna propose? When is Jay gonna give you a ring? When is Jay gonna lock you down? Like, I mean, if you're in a relationship where the man dictates when to get married, yeah, when things are gonna happen. I personally don't want to be in a relationship like that, and that's not how our relationship was. We had our goals set, so it wasn't a matter of him locking me down, or it wasn't up to him when we got married. It was a mutual choice.
But and that's what I like about her, is that we respect each other. You know, it's not like I wear the pants or she wears the pants. It's like, if we disagree on something, we talk about it. We fix it. You know, we make it right. And that's, I mean...
And that's years of learning. Like,
yeah,
you know, trial and error, of course. It took us a long time to get to where we are now, but every single year we grew. Something new happened, and it's been incredible.
Yeah.
So don't ever feel the pressure to get married right away.
Nope.
Or have kids right away, because honestly, there's always going to be those people that are going to tell you, when are you getting married? You guys should have been married already. Why aren't you guys married? Why hasn't he? And automatically they're going to assume it's the guy. So guys, if you're watching this and you're with a girl,
don't feel like you're pressured to do it.
Yeah, no. If you guys have a mutual agreement, just stick to it, because if you don't and you give in to the pressure of other people, it's not going to last.
And like she's saying, don't feel pressured into doing anything, not because you don't want to do it, but just because you're going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, just
the right way, meaning your way.
Your way.
Because
exactly.
everyone tries to make you feel like the other way is the right way, but if it's not your way and the way you want to do things, it's not the right way.
No.
Well, we didn't mean for this to be like a huge like pep talk.
No, no, no.
It was a video to say, oh, we gotta get engaged.
But you know, with all this, it's not that we're the right way of doing things. Cause
no,
I mean, it's to each their own.
Yeah,
to each their own.
We're not trying to portray that, because we know that the one thing we don't want people to feel is that they have to do things a certain way, because not everyone, but a lot of people always try to make us feel we had to do things a certain way. But honestly, our way was incredible. It was awesome. We got to travel.
And it was fun.
It was fun. We bought a house, and now we get to have like our big wedding. Like,
that we wanted.
We don't have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because we did all the sacrificing before.
Yeah.
So now we have so much financial freedom to do, we have financial freedom, the right amount of financial freedom to do what we want to do instead of being stressed about it. And that was my number one thing, because a lot of divorces, it is financial stress.
And I do have, you know, a lot of friends that did it way different than us. Like, they had kids, then they got married, and they're happy as hell. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that'll work. That was their plan. That'll work for them. Even if it wasn't a plan, it works for them. And that's what we're trying to say. It doesn't matter. It's how you want to do it.
And a lot of the times, I mean, our relationship has lasted than a lot of other couples who have gotten married before us. I mean, clearly, especially now, being married, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to stay together forever. Yay! We'll end this video because we were talking way too much.
Sorry. My bad.
But we're excited. Thank you guys for sticking around for so long, especially like my OG subscribers are like, oh, I've been waiting for this forever. But you guys have totally...
I could faint. I read a lot of comments like, those are awesome.
I know. But you know what? I am so grateful to have so many subscribers that are just so respectful and have respected our relationship, the way we've done things. And that's amazing. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us through our ups and our downs.
Thank you for supporting her channel. Thank you for supporting everything she does. It's fucking awesome.
I can't believe I'm living the life I'm living right now. But that's our story, and that's our little pep talk. Sorry, guys. They're like talking your ear off.
I know.
So what we're trying to do is, because my grandpa has been in and out of the hospital more frequently, we want to get married this year, in August. But of course everything's booked up. So we're just gonna keep calling and seeing if anybody cancels or anything opens up, because
so I'm gonna let you guys know the venue so you guys can bombard them with phone calls. and say, can they have a day there? Can they have a weekend there? I'll give you all the info just so you guys can slam them with emails,
No.
phone calls, the whole nine. Jump on their Instagram, everything.
No. The number one venue that I wanted to, that we wanted to get married at was Rancho Las Lomas, which is in Silverado. So we went to the tour. We already knew that they were booked up, but we still wanted to look just in case.
Something opened up.
It's just in case something opened up, or if we were forced to get married next year. So I'm like, sorry, but you're gonna get annoyed at me because I'm gonna be calling you all the time because they don't have wait lists.
Yeah.
So
we're definitely gonna have you guys call everybody
No.
all the time, every day.
no. I mean, if it's gonna happen, if we're meant to get married there, then we'll get married there. But if not, then we'll just find another place. But
Find another venue.
right now, our focus is to find a venue that's available.
Oh, we want it there.
Find a venue that's available and that's handicap accessible for our grandparents. But that's it for today.
Yes.
Sorry I've been MIA. We've just been living in the moment, kind of spending a lot of time with our families and handling the house situation. But
Thank
thank
you
you
guys again for everything.
guys so
You guys are
much.
amazing.
We look forward to sharing our journey with you guys, and we love you guys so much.
Yeah, love you guys.
Bye.